ain't used to hearing stuff.
Yeah, and I come on.
Located right
be biased. Well, I don't know. That time you was on the show, okay.
That's another story. That's
a whole nother story. But my goodness, like I say in my broken bad English, it's getting gooder and gooder and gooder. Now we're -1 today. Our Melly Mel, baby doll Melanie Michelle, she's taking care of herself. She's doing some self-care today, all right? We'll just be praying over her. Oh, but we got Miss Elle in the house. She gonna shoot straight, get us on the path for some budgeting and first getting our mind right, to receive and create that wealth that we deserve. That's ours. But anyway, we're gonna go around the room and we're going to introduce ourselves, and then we're gonna come back, we're gonna pray in, we're gonna get the speaker introduced, and we're gonna take off. Let's soar together. Let me see, drum roll. Rhonda's a lion, the lioness of mortgages. You gotta get your money, cause she's roaring with power.
Hey, I'm the lone lioness. Hey, Facebook Live, this is Rhonda Hutchison. I am the lone lioness. I am a mortgage lender with Paramount Residential Mortgage Group. Listen, I roar with passion and power, and excited to be here. And I know, Chris, yep, I had my coffee today, so I don't even want to hear it. I tell you, I'm on a natural high, especially when it comes to the Building Wealth Together team in the community that we're serving. But again, excited to be here on today. Excited about our guest, Miss Elle. Excited about her on today. And so, Mr. Chris, give the audience just a little bit.
Hey guys, I'm Chris Ziegler with the Ziegler Agency Allstate, located in Frisco, Texas, and excited to be on the show this Saturday afternoon, and excited to have Elle on here. She's going to be talking about some powerful stuff, and as they say, she's going to keep it 100 with y'all today. So keep it 100. So y'all just be ready for that and everything. But once again, I am Chris Ziegler with the Ziegler Agency Allstate, located in Frisco, Texas, where my motto is customer service with a personal touch, and where I believe in education and consultation. So, definitely reach out to me whenever you get a chance, and we're going to kick it over to Roz and tell us about Arbrook Realty.
Well, Arbrook Realty is a full-service real estate company, and we are proud to announce that we have launched our 100% digital platform and our 100% agent sponsorship program. That means what? Cha-ching, just like we're talking about budgeting. Agents get to keep more of their moolah in their pocket so they can what? Reinvest, save, reinvest in themselves. I don't know, save for that bucket list vacation, pay out some bills. But we're going to let Elle talk about that because she's here to be the expert. Look, we say that our motto is there's no dream going to be left behind, because we help birth dreams and build legacies in the real estate industry. So we'll be coming around, doing a round robin toward the end to give our contact information. But for now, if you are listening, please share this information. You can afford not to. Let's pay it forward this Resurrection Sunday so people can resurrect their finances. Oh my God. So go ahead and share. And without further ado, Ms. Rhonda, go ahead and pray us in and then introduce Girlfriends on a Budget, Miss Elle.
Yes. Like to bow our heads. Father God, first we're just coming to you this morning and just really saying thank you. We thank you for everything that you are to us, Lord Jesus. We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it without you. And so we just want to first and foremost say thank you. Lord, continue to bless BWT. Continue to bless everyone that's listening to us on Facebook and all of our Facebook connectors. Lord, just to bless them. We don't know what people are going through, and we don't know what is needed in their lives, but Lord, that we know that you do. We know that you know. And Lord, bless Miss Elle on today just to give her. And I know she already has the tools that you've given to her, Lord, but just let those tools and let her her thoughts just flow like water when she's presenting on today, so that our audience will be connected and be able to be fed by her knowledge. Lord, we just want to say a special, special prayer for our teammate, Ms. BWT, teammate, Ms. Melanie Michelle, which is under the weather, Lord Jesus. We're just asking that you just heal her, make her whole, because only you can do that, Lord. We just ask you to continue to bless us, continue to guide us. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
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 All right, all right. Well, we, like you said, we're excited about a guest, and I can tell y'all can tell I'm excited. And no, it's not due to coffee. It's just I'm just excited. But listen, this special guest, Miss Elle Hall-Coleman, I met her, y'all, in 2018. We went to a women's conference. It was called Elevate Her. It was out in Fort Worth. And Elle and I ended up at the same dinner table, as you say, but it was the lunch table. And I was just listening to her, and I was just intrigued because, of course, I'm an old fogey. I was there. She was young. I think it was a lot of young people at the table. Weren't they your friends, Miss Elle? Yeah. But I was just intrigued just about her presence, just about her knowledge, and just she was just a doll, and she's always continued just to be in my heart. And I always wanted just to make sure that I was allow whatever platform I was on to for her to be able to share. But listen, I'm just going to read just a little bit about Miss Elle, and then I'm going to turn it over to her. But she's featured on Good Morning Texas, UT Dallas, Region Bank, and voted top 40 women financial blogs on the web. Elle Hall-Coleman is passionate about helping women level up their confidence and cash flow through money management strategies and mindset mastery tools. As the CEO, y'all listen to us, CEO and founder of Girlfriend's Budget, Elle and her team's mission is to put a working budget in every household. She's personally mentored hundreds of clients to break through their inner blocks about money, own their own wealth, and take control of their finances to create a life they love, which is financially free. So I present to all and to many, Ms. Elle Hall-Coleman. Ms. Elle, thank you again for being a part of BWT on today. Just give us, just tell us a little bit about Elle, who you are, and how you became the money mindset millennium of your generation. So just give us a little bit of background about Ms. Elle.
Sure. First, I do want to thank all of you just for having me on today. Like, I'm just so grateful and honored, to be here on your platform and being able to share my knowledge and co-create with all of you. So I'm so appreciative of the opportunity. Um, so a little bit about me. Um, I'm a millennial. I just kind of found out. So that helps, a lot. But I come from a background, my parents were heavily into budgeting and money management. My father was in the banking industry. My mother was an accountant. She later became a nurse. She went into that field. But in my house, we talked about money a lot. Like the word budget was thrown around a lot, So growing up, I was exposed to those conversations and that knowledge about managing your money. So as I got older, when I got into college, in college, everybody's broke, right? Everybody's like ramen noodles. Everybody, I don't have money to do this. We're all trying to find free things or discounts or whatever, And I was one that always kind of had my coins together, but I noticed that those around me were really struggling and having a hard time managing their funds and their finances. And I was very naive to the fact that I thought other people just knew this, because in my household we talked about it. So I thought everybody's household is talking about it,
Mm-hmm.
but that wasn't really the case. So from there, I really found that I could help other people by teaching them this knowledge that I knew. And even in that time, that young age, I was like hosting workshops and webinars in my house. Like, come over, bring your friends, tell your friends to bring their friends. Let's get some wine, like
Mhm.
let's talk about how to manage these coins. And I just felt such a sense of fulfillment and excitement when I would help other people see a difference when it came to their money. So, I mean, that's me and my business, I guess. But uh,
Mhm.
yeah, I guess we'll talk about more, as we keep chatting.
Yeah, but you know what? You shared your defining moment. I think that happened to you back when in summer 2012 that you where you were today. Can you kind of expand on that? And I think you was 25 years old. You had just purchased your first home 2 years prior, and you had completed your undergraduate degree in arts and technology. And by that time, you had been in the corporate world for several. Kind of expand to for the audience and let you know what was that defining moment where you brought you where you are today to be a I want to say a webmastery podcast master. And how did that come about?
Yes. So we were chatting a little bit before this, but
Mhm.
I know I shared with you all, like, my parents are very traditional. I love them. They're amazing people, but they're very, very traditional. And there's times where our ideas kind of clash, um, so with them being traditional people, they wanted to ensure that I had a successful, comfortable life. That's really what my father mostly, he wanted his girls, me and my sister, to live a life of abundance, but and not be in poverty, because my parents didn't come from um, families with money, so that they put themselves in a different place, and so they wanted to continue that with their legacy. So with their traditional ideas, I was going along with that routine, the let's go to college, get a good job, just work your way up the ladder, keep making money, become a manager, whatever, executive. And I was doing that, I was in the corporate world, I was getting promotions, but I still didn't feel like I was getting paid what I was worth ever,
Mhm.
and I didn't feel like I was important there. Like I was just like another number, in the sea of employees that they had there.
Mhm.
And so at the time at my house, it was an hour commute there, hour commute back from work. And I was like, just thinking about my day-to-day routine, like, is this what I want the rest of my life to
Mhm.
look like? I'm 25 years old. I'm doing this. Can I see myself doing this for another 25, 30, 35 years? And
Hey, Elle,
yes.
at that very moment, you bring up something very resounding. It's like having an awakening. Is
Mhm.
that okay?
Epiphany.
Is
Yeah.
this, yeah, is this the pinnacle of my life? Is this what success looks like for me? And for everyone it is different. So I hear you saying you didn't want to fit in the traditional box in terms of your success.
Mhm.
Exactly. It
Yeah.
didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel good to me. It didn't feel like I was supposed to be in that box.
Mhm.
And I couldn't see myself doing that till retirement. So it was then where I was kind of like, okay, I need to pivot. I need to make a plan. I need to figure something out, with the money that I'm getting from the current job that I have. Let me really start being intentional with my funds, with my coins, because I know I'm not going to be in the corporate world forever. I know that that's not for me. But while I am here, let me make a plan so I can get out,
Get out.
So that's when I really started just like diving in, honing in, like saving as much as possible, paying off any unnecessary debt. I had my home at the time, but I actually ended up selling that because really at that time I was like, I want to just start over new. I just want to get rid of everything. I'm selling my house. I'm moving to the city. I sold my car. I sold
Oh,
everything.
you serious?
I
Yeah,
was
you
serious.
serious. Yeah. Wow.
I gotta get out. I gotta get out of this lifestyle. And then when I started new, it felt so good. It felt so fresh, you know, and I still was in the corporate world at that time, but it wasn't until 2018 when I was at my former job and I'd asked for a raise and they told me that they weren't going to be able to do it, although I was in the budget department and I knew that they had the funds to give me a raise. That was my sign, you know, to just be like, do it. Like, let's just do it. It's now or never, you know, what are you waiting for? Because it's scary, you know,
Oh, yeah.
when you're starting out as an entrepreneur, you have no idea what you're doing. You don't know how much money you need to really survive. You know what I mean? So my partner and I, we had saved up like $50,000 by that time.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, I guess this is a good place, you know, to be at. Like, let's just go. Let's just go and see what happens. And it's been an amazing journey. I mean, obviously there's all kinds of ups and downs, you know, but it's really been an amazing journey. And now since 2018, April 2018, I've been doing this full time and helping other women reach their goals and dreams. And it's just the most amazing feeling I can really have. Yeah.
Elle, you said something very important. Like I said, at a young age, you realize that, because I'm almost 55 myself. I hear people a lot of times want to be where you are now, but they don't plan ahead of time. They say, they say maybe when they were 25, they said when I turn 35 and 40, I want to do X, Y, and Z. But they didn't do what you just said you did. Had a plan set up. So when they get to that point in their life, they're not ready. And then at 35 ends up being 55, 60. And I think I want to commend you on, doing that, getting that plan in place. And like I tell people, it's never too late. I don't care if you're 25, 22, 55, 65, you still can do some of the things that Elle is talking about today. You just got to make that plan and just put it in place no matter what age you are, and just be serious about it. So I want to commend you on that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, plan is so, so important. I tell my ladies that all the time.
Yeah. And I
So
agree with
this question. You said 2018. You said you just kind of decided to jump out there. What was going on in your gut? Were you afraid? Or you just said, I'm ready to make this move? What was your thought process and your mindset at that particular time?
Yes. So, okay, let me rewind a little bit. So I had started my company in 2016. So it had already started by the time, I was ready to quit. But at that time though, I had started blogging and things like that. So it definitely wasn't where it is now then. So yeah, I was scared. I was scared and excited at the same time, because I felt like at the time I was like, this job is taking up my time. That's what I felt like. I was like, I could be spending my time on this, my business. And even then at the job, sometimes I was like, trying to do some business stuff, like on the side, like nobody come to my desk, but it was really scary. It was exciting, but I knew I had no other choice but to make it work. I was like, there's no failure for me. There's only pivot, there's only lessons, there's only learning. Just, change it. If the plan isn't working, then you just change it, but I knew that this had to work for me. There was no way. Because even when I was quitting, they were like, oh, well, you can come back, like,
Right.
and I was like, there's no way I'm coming back here.
So, Elle, you had a plan A and a plan A. Pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
So did you
tell us a little bit about your blog. I'm sorry, go ahead, Ryan.
No, I was going to say, did you have mentors, business coaches? I mean, or did you and your partner just go for what you know?
Okay, so yes, that's a great question. So yes, initially I was like, let's just go for it. Let's just figure it out. I thought at the time, I was like, well, my parents ran businesses, nothing like mine. My dad had a shaving gel business. My mom had like a restaurant that she had in the mall. So I do financial coaching, nothing alike, but I thought since I had kind of seen them running their businesses that I could just kind of implement that same stuff into my business, which did not work. No. So about 7 months in, which I tell people all the time, don't wait this long. If you're starting a business and you don't really know how to make it profitable, make it work, like you definitely want to hire a business coach or get a mentor, someone who's in your field, who knows what they're doing, who has a successful business themselves. Because I waited 7 months. So that's 7 months of that $50,000 being like taken from me.
Right.
And at that point, I was like, okay, I need to get with someone who knows what they're doing. So I did hire a business coach. And I tell people, especially Black people, African American people, like, it's okay to invest in yourself. And what I mean by that, invest in yourself. Your business is a extension of you. So you investing in your business is you investing in yourself, because a lot of us, we invest in all these other things, hair, nails, clothes, cars, all these other things. But what are we doing for ourselves? And I knew that this business was going to take me where I needed to go. So me personally, I spent $12,000 on a business coach, and she helped me get all of my funds and all of my systems and my business together to give me a clear idea of where I was going, how I was moving forward. Was it scary? I had never, ever, ever invested $12,000 in anything before. I mean, outside of home, but no, it was scary, but it was so worth it. And I think once people realize that, get over that hump of fear, that it's going to come back to you a millionfold. This is just for now.
Wow. Wow.
You talk
Elle,
about-
there was, go ahead, Chris.
no,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead,
We
go
got
ahead.
plenty of time. We got plenty of time. Go ahead.
You said a key thing. You said investing in yourself. But we are kind of talking earlier. Talking about investing, in business, and like saying yourself and your personal finances. Do you talk about that on your blog? Can you kind of get into that a little bit with us?
Yes, I talk about all different types of topics on my blog. There's a lot of different topics. So yeah, I talk about that, and it's kind of like weaved into a lot of different blog posts that I have there. So there's a wealth of information on my blog, all the way from the beginning when I first started in 2016, July 1st, 2016. And it's great information. I don't say that just because I wrote it, but I go back and I look at it and I'm like, well, this is pretty good, So I would highly recommend that if anybody's like on that journey and wants to know more information, and it's free, just read.
Yeah, and at the end we'll definitely make sure you share any of your information. So because I know the audience is going to be feeling, going to want to know how to connect and how to actually learn from the knowledge that you have. But I know that on your blog, I know you said there were 7 financial life lessons you had learned by age 30. So
Yes.
this is going to be interesting. I'm going to list those 7, and I'm just ask you to expand on maybe a couple of whichever that you feel like you want to expand on. But number 1 is to make sure you have an emergency fund separate from your savings. Make sure that's number 1. Number 2 is don't buy a home until you're ready. And you're probably saying, okay, Rhonda, you are a lender. Why are you saying that? But I know it's some great knowledge behind that. And I'm sure it's going to be preparation. So I'm going to let you talk about that. And then keep your credit score high and learn the art of negotiation. Number 4 is prepare a will. And we've talked about this so many times, and name your beneficiaries. Number 5 is start preparing for your retirement. And we're going to ask you to expand on that, because I know being a millennium, they're probably saying, you know what, I got time for that. But I know, no, you don't. You need to start now. And then number 6 is invest. And last but not least is find the sweet spot between living within your means and enjoying life. And I really want you to talk about that one. So Miss Elle, kind of expand on maybe starting retirement, start preparing for your retirement while you're young, and let us know why you feel like it's important. Also find the sweet spot, especially being millennium, of living within your means and of course enjoying life. Can you talk a little bit about those for us?
Yeah, of course. So the retirement one, that's super, super important. And I know, so like if anyone's still at like 9 to 5, you probably have an option to have a 401k, which is great. And if you're not investing in that, I would highly recommend investing in that, because that's, especially if your employer matches, because that's free money, right? So your employer's matching, that's growing faster than what you would do outside of that 401k. So at least do that. I think a lot of people are afraid to do that because they are trying to get every single dollar on their paycheck so that they can go spend, but I'm like, if you don't even see it, like let them take it out, then you don't even see it. All you get is your net, and we'll work with that. So it is super important to start early, because even now when I'm seeing some of the ladies that I'm working with, and a lot of them are older than I am, and they're not prepared for retirement. And so they see themselves having to work longer past the retirement age than they would have preferred or wanted to, because they didn't start early. So the earlier, the better. And like Chris said, it's never it's too late situation, but then you're kind of going to have to start playing catch up, and putting more into your accounts than maybe you feel comfortable with, just so that you can live a life of comfort when you do retire. But I always said, I didn't want to be like the person who's bagging at the grocery store at like 70 because I have to, you know what I mean? Like I would be bagging at the grocery store because I have nothing else to do. And like, that's just what I want to do to fill my time, So that's what I tell people, like just prepare yourself, start early. It's with anything, and retirement's going to come. There's the whole YOLO, like you only live once, and, or you can't take your money with you when you die. So let's just spend it all right now. Like, it's like, no, that's the mindset that is going to keep you broke. It is gonna keep you living paycheck to paycheck.
Absolutely.
So when you have the mindset of future forward thinking and abundance, and, I want to live a life of freedom, then you will start planning ahead as opposed to just planning for like right now.
It's funny that you said that, because people always say that when you just said you can't take it with you. But I always tell people you can't take it with you, you better have something while you're here though. So you better make sure you're saving something.
I know.
Or they're not gonna have anything to bury you. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
The GoFundMes and all that. I see that a lot. A lot. And it's unfortunate.
That's embarrassing, and it's pitiful.
It's really unfortunate because, when we think about generational wealth in the Black community, that's where it gets very difficult to build the generational wealth, because we're still having to give back because nobody's preparing. So now everybody has to come together. Instead of passing on assets, instead of passing on wealth, now the family has to take care of your debts, even in your death, so yeah, that's what we got to change.
It's funny you say that, because I've talked to people, like we're talking about GoFundMes. I had a conversation with people this week talking about life insurance, and I have to explain to them the benefits. Of course, you don't want, they say have a come up on somebody's death, but the thing is too, that still does help to build that legacy, helps to pay for that person who's buried, and then can catapult you into a better direction. But then once again, you can't have life insurance that sometimes that related to somebody that died, because you can build capital in it as well. So those are things we talk about on the show as well. I'm glad you brought that up.
Right. And one thing that just really breaks my heart, and let's talk about the church community. Years and years ago, I attended a financial workshop with one of our first ladies, and Dr. Michael Chitwood said a lot of pastors die broke. And they have health issues, but basically they leave, bills. I mean, and that's sad for someone who may have imparted and gotten your spirit up, and you're thriving, and they die broke. What? What's up with that? And I was on a financial tour at a meeting that was a financial tour. Dr. Pamela Jolly quoted that broke people or poor people plan for the weekend, but rich people, wealthy people plan for 3 generations. So I want you to speak on that.
Oh, yeah. That's like, we have to sit in that. That's a woo child moment. Like, woo child.
Woo child. Woo child.
Yes. Like, oh man, that's a thing, that really is a thing. And it comes.
That's a heart and mind thing, ain't it? I mean, what do you do with people that come in like that? that say, I still want this. I got a lifestyle that I need to maintain here. I don't care what you're saying, and do
Yeah.
this.
Yeah. Yes. I don't care what you're saying. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
And I guess that's that sweet spot that you talk about on your seven. Yeah, your
Yes.
7 tips is the sweet spot between
Way to
living.
round that back, Rhonda.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, yes, absolutely. So here's my thing, my take on budgeting. I do not believe that budgeting should be restrictive. I do believe that it should be intentional. You should make plans with your debt, your savings, and also plan some fun money in there. With all my clients, we always have a line for fun money, spending money, whatever they want to call it. And in that line item is the amount that they get to, it's like their allowance. So they get to use that money however they choose to use it. But once that money is gone, that's where we have to prioritize, right? Like, what are you actually spending your money on? Because if you're just spending willy-nilly, that's how money goes really quick. But if you have a certain parameter, okay, this is my spending money. I suggest, this is me, this is my, everybody's different, but for me and my clients, I suggest really no more than $100 a week in spending money, because our priorities really are on other things, taking care of the debt, beefing up the savings, whatever. So that $100 you get weekly, if you want to go get your nails done, if you want to go out to happy hour, if you want to do whatever it is you choose to do. So, and if it's bi-weekly, you get 200 at one time. But be mindful of what you're spending that on, because again, once that's gone, you go and spend $150 in a weekend, then you've got $50 left till your next payday.
Mm-hmm.
No dipping into your bill money, no dipping into the savings, none of that. Because this is where we have to shift the mindset of spend, spend, spend. Really, for the ladies that I work with, when they see our spreadsheet template, when they actually fill it out, put their bills in, all of that, and they see how much they can start saving or paying off debt, because we forecast, when they see that, they really get excited because it's tangible. You can see it. You're able to make it happen. And then too, a lot of them say, I'll be at Target, Elle, or I'll be out somewhere, and I will hear your little voice in the back of my head, like,
No, no,
do
no.
not be spending this money. So that the shift happens just from creating better habits. And when you see it working for you, when you see your credit score going up, your savings, I've had clients say, I've never seen this much money ever in my savings account. I've never seen this much money ever at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen my credit score be this high. And when they see the results, that's what really makes them want to keep going. And
Wow.
they're able to still have fun. Oh, let me add this too. With that being said, having fun doesn't always necessarily mean spending money, so
Right.
you can do other things. Go for a walk, take some family pictures with your iPhone. That's free. You know what I mean? Like, do something at the house, puzzles, or if you're a social type of person, invite the ladies over, your friends over, whatever, have a girls' night in. You can do some cocktails at the house, which is going to be way less expensive at home than it would be going out, do a potluck. There's and I talk about this on the blog too, these creative ideas of other things you can do besides spending money, that you don't have to spend money to have fun.
And that's so right, because I know before the COVID-19, and of course, I did it more when I was in Memphis, because that's what practically most of my girlfriends that are, is that once a month we would get together and we'll switch each house or wherever and everybody bring potluck. Everybody bring something, and we'll have a theme. Like Mexican, next may be Italian, or one may be soul food, and we just get together and everybody bring a dish, and that is very
Budget friendly.
yes,
Budget
yes,
friendly.
yes, and like you say, and crying, laughing, having so much fun, and it's better than going to any other club, spending money, doing anything.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. So
So, Elle, did I hear you basically say you don't teach people what not to budget, but just basically put their fun in a budget and stick to it?
Yes.
I like that. So, because a lot of people, you tell us what we can't do.
yeah. Yeah,
We're
we
going to
can.
do the opposite.
Yes.
I love that.
Thank you. I want to show you what you can do with your funds, not what you can't do.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's and I think that's the key because it makes your clients feel like they still have that control.
Mhm.
I'm still in control of
Yeah.
my finances. Now I just need to put a formula to it
Yeah,
and stick with it.
that's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Wow, that
We did have a few people. You have some cheerleaders. We got a few people on our Facebook community that is absolutely going off in a good way. Have you assisted I think
Yes,
Lacey said you got her stuff all the way together.
all the way together. Actually, Lacey is one of my success stories. I brag about her all the time. Lacey, in 11 months, paid off $33,000 of credit card debt.
Whoa.
Credit card debt. Now, if we were to add in other stuff like, what she paid towards her car and towards her home, in total, she paid $50,000 off in debt in 11 months.
wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Wow, are you serious?
Credit score went up. Shoot, I'm trying to think. The first 3 months, her credit score was up 113 points. The first 3 months.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yes. And she just recently got a new car. So Lacey, I love Lacey. That's my girl. Lacey is killing it. She is killing it.
And Mr. Devon, are you related?
That's my partner. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Awesome.
She's also the mindset coach. She's the mindset coach of Girlfriend's Budget as well. So
Okay.
in addition to our one-to-one financial coaching sessions that we do with our clients, we also do group mindset coaching. So it's like group therapy kind of, where we do different activities, mindset activities to talk about like what's going on currently with you and what can we do to start changing some habits that are maybe blocking you from getting you to where you want to go.
Wow. Wow. That is awesome. And let's Al, we talked about that we were talking about right before the show that we like, how we're going to keep it real. And I'm gonna get into this topic in a little bit. But then you also said that don't you take some rap songs and put them into
I do. Yes, I do.
you know what? While I'm going to talk about these three problems that we experience in the Black community, do you think you can get that together for us? And I've already shared the screen with you, so you can do that.
Yes, I can do that.
Okay. Well, I'm going to talk about first, and before we go into that, I'm going to get real. We're going to get real with everybody on today, and we just going to talk about us. We just going to talk about Black folks. Okay. We're going to be real. Okay. And you stated that there's three different problems with Black folks and doing Black Lives Matter. You actually, something that was really dear to you is that Black Lives Matter financially too, and that was, to me, that just kind of grabbed me. And you said there were three problems. The first problem is Black folks don't manage their money. And we're not talking about, and let me just tell you this, we're not putting everybody in the same category. We're just being real, okay? And we're not here to offend anybody. If you fit, you fit. If you don't, we're not talking about you, okay? But if you do fit, we're talking about you. Let's just be real, okay? And number two is that Black folks don't save. And lastly, number three is that Black folks are swimming in debt. Can
The
you
D
kind of,
word.
yeah, they Black folks swimming in debt. As a matter of fact, they drowning. They ain't swimming, they drowning.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. So just give us your point of view on that. And I mean, why did that, I know you were passionate when you wrote that. Can you kind of like talk about that for a little bit for us?
Yes. So at the time, this is actually before this last round of when the Black Lives Matter really geared up. This was like when
George Floyd. Yeah.
first starting, make noise. And I saw the protests, I saw the passion that people had when it came to, valuing Black lives. And I 100% get it. I also thought at the time, I was like, we should not only just value Black lives when they're taken, we should also value Black lives while we are alive too. So while we are alive, let's make the most of our life. And one thing that I know the Black community struggles with is finances, because it's not all our fault. I can't say that it's all our fault. No, these are not things we were taught, from our history, even going all the way back to slavery. These are things that have intentionally and systematically been kept from us.
Right, right.
What is our fault is not educating ourselves on how to be better now,
Mhm.
because I feel like oftentimes we'll get on this tangent of,
Now,
yes, now, the man this, the man that, or we've been held back for so long, which, yeah, those things happen, but how can we do better now? And so when I was writing that post, I had the what is it, what's the word, like the gut feeling, I can't think of the word right now, but like the gut feeling to go just like look up some statistics. Let me find out. I love the numbers never lie.
Yeah.
I tell my clients that all the time. Let me look up the numbers, let me see what it's actually saying. And the fact that Black people aren't managing our money, like we talked about, leaving debt when we die, or not saving, because 70% of Americans don't even have $1,000 period in their savings accounts. And then the swimming in debt part, where we're acquiring all of these things
Stuff.
to, yes, stuff, buying stuff. We got stuff in our garage, stuff in storage, stuff in back rooms, this stuff.
and why do some of us have 200 or more pair of shoes?
Right.
So we ain't got but 2 feet.
Right. Right. Now, this is your money. This is your money. Now, if you can afford to have those 200 pairs of shoes, this is what I tell women. If the value in your closet is more than the value in your savings account, then we got a problem.
Oh, drop the mic. Come on, let's close the show. Pass
Say
the
that again. Say that again.
As a matter of fact, I'm signing off of Facebook now because you didn't set it off.
Oh, honey. Oh, child. Oh, we.
Yeah. So a lot of us do. We have more value in our stuff, the stuff in our home, the stuff in our closet, in our garages that we're not even touching, than we have in our actual account. Because we're thinking, if twofold, what other people will think of us if we have these things. And then also these things make me feel good about myself, maybe in the moment. But once you look at your debt, once you look at your savings, once you look at how you're living paycheck to paycheck, that stuff no longer makes you feel good anymore. And now you just have junk that's sitting around.
Yeah. And stress because you can't make your day-to-day financial or pay your bills. Now you're stressed. You look good and you're stressed.
Right. That's not the way you don't want to look good on the outside, but stressed on the inside. No.
Blood pressure up.
Yeah, I have a question for you, kind of in the same vein of what we're talking about. And I know you say you like the numbers, so y'all don't quote me on these numbers because I was gonna kind of give you an idea of a scenario of what we hear all the time about money being in the community. I think they said in the Jewish community, it stays there maybe for like a couple of months. An Asian community, maybe like 30, 45 days. And the,
yes.
like I said, the Hispanic community, maybe like 10 days. But they said the Black community stays in there maybe like less than 8 hours, or 8 hours or less.
Yes.
What's the problem of what's caused that, or what can we do as a people to keep our money in the community? And like I said, at least make it a day. We're not even a day compared to some other, ethnicities and races.
Right. Yeah. So if you think about like the other cultures, Asian people, Jewish people, white people, they tend to stick together and build together. You can also see that there's a lot of diversity within their community. So like, as far as businesses goes, so like in the Black community, we've got like a lot of beauty salons, we got a lot of barbers, we got nails, but we need some diversity in the businesses that we have in our community. And there's there's one-offs, Black-owned grocery store, Black-owned bank, but we need more of the regular services or products that we use to be Black owned. That way we are able to keep more of our dollar. Because if you think about where you go, just even now, like your dentist or your doctor or your pharmacy, or those people that you regularly go to, are those people Black? Are they white? What do they look like? And more than likely you're going to these people because maybe you're just familiar with them, because it's been because their name is out there, like, they're popular, so you just go to them. But like, if the people that you're seeing are not, that they're not Black owned businesses, then as soon as you get the money, then it's going right out of the community into another community's business.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
like Roz always like to say, myths and fallacies. And I was talking to somebody earlier this week about this. I was with a group of people. I'm gonna say it's a myth and a fallacy. Sometimes people are like, oh, I don't want to do business with Black folks. They don't know how to take care of business and stuff like that. Or if they do mess up one time, they're quick to jump off the wagon. But if they'll go to some other ethnicity, they can mess up 2, 3, 4 times and still go there. I'm trying to get people out of that mindset.
Yes. So for me, that is also twofold. Is one, that mindset of, like you said, Chris, I had a bad experience with one Black owned business. Now it's like everybody, all Black owned businesses, I have a certain thought process about. But you're right. Like, no, I think we should give this Black owned businesses the same courtesy that we give other businesses. So if there's a problem, like, let them know, give them feedback, in a way that is constructive and not that like you're tearing their business down.
Grading, yes,
I want to continue to support you, but these are kind of some of my things that I would need to be fixed before I come back to support you. Have conversations, because we're not against each other. We really need to have the mindset of community. Like, let's work together. How can I help you? How can you help me? Kind of thing. The other thing too is business owners, Black owned businesses, please hear me when I say this. Let's work on getting some systems, efficiencies, running our businesses in a way like that's not subpar, and then expecting our Black communities to be like, well, you should just support me because I'm a Black owned business. No, like, get your business up to par with the other businesses of the other communities, so that you can say, like, my business is the exact same as this Jewish business, as this white business, Asian business, is the same. There's no difference. So I don't think that it should be necessarily like, the word I'm looking for, like, what's the word I'm giving for? Like, pardoned, like, well, you're a Black owned business, so it's okay if you're not.
Forgiven. Yeah.
No, like, let's bring our standards up in all areas.
We still have a responsibility to excellence.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And a prime example of that is when you invested $12,000 in getting your business coach. Okay, you have to invest in your dentist office, and you have the equipment that they had 15 years ago, and you expect me to come into your office and and get my teeth cleaned and whatever, and I can go into the office in another community and they have the top of the notch equipment. Who do you think I'm going to patronize? Exactly. So you it's key on that.
Yeah.
See, and one thing I talk about too, and we talk about on the show as well, about people like that. We're all business owners, and we thrive on the areas we're in, and we're big with philanthropic, and then also we're big in trying to mentor and talk to other people as well. And that's one thing I really encourage us as African American, Black, Negro, whatever words you want to use these days. I encourage people to, reach out to somebody if you see somebody that's struggling or whatever, and don't be afraid, because sometimes we, as a Black culture, sometimes, like you said, we don't talk about things. Sometimes we have too much pride. Might be struggling in our business when they could probably go talk to a Roz or to a Rhonda or to somebody like you. They'll struggle, and sometimes either don't try to figure it out, just keep on going like they're going until something bad, terribly happens, or just to put themselves in a bad predicament. So I'm really big on advocating. And then sometimes, like I said, you have to each one teach one. And sometimes if you see somebody, don't be afraid to reach out to them. If you notice that some things are going, like you just said a few minutes ago, something's not going right, reach out to that person and say, hey, brother, sister, I think this is one thing that you can be doing that can help your business go in a different direction. And, to offer that. Now, if they don't take that, you did your part, but
Exactly.
sometimes you have to be vocal and try to help people sometimes.
Yeah, and
Sometimes
not
people don't know when they need help.
right, and not vocal in a way where you come back to social media and blast them,
No,
Exactly.
Yeah, vocal with that person. Like I said, the same courtesy you would give another business, give that same courtesy to a Black-owned business to help them be better.
Exactly.
like you say it in love. You
Yes.
know, and that's what we
So
can say.
as we're talking about mind shifts and heart shifts being very vital to developing new habits, you obviously were groomed or imparted into in terms of valuing um, finances, and that helped shape your decision. But what would you say to someone who doesn't value $12,000 paying for a coach because they just don't know that they need one? And I just say people tend to spend money on what they feel they value. So how do we bridge that gap?
I think it's important to identify what value really means to you, because there are some people who value their purple label or their designer stuff. They value that. They value the fact that they can walk around with somebody's name, on them, because that makes them feel valuable. So I feel like understanding what value means to you, meaning is your business valuable enough? Like, what is your business worth? For me, when I was on the phone with that lady and she told me it's going to be $12,000 for this, I thought about it and I was like, is my business worth $12,000? Do I value my business enough to spend $12,000 to make this work? And the answer for me was yes, because like I said, there was no failure for me. Like, I wasn't going back.
Mhm.
So what makes sense to you? Like, what do you actually value? Do you say you value like living a free life where you don't have debt? And if you do, then let's put your money in that. Put your money in areas that you actually value, not just talk about it. Because
Right.
the people that you're spending this money on, the designers and whoever else, those people are already rich. The
Mhm.
Gucci, the Christian Louboutins, they already got their money, And Amazon too, that's a big one with ladies too, because it's so easy. I'm like, Jeff Bezos got enough money, like, and he made even more during the pandemic when everybody was sitting around just buying stuff from home. So you're putting your money into their pockets. Like, let's put money into you yourself, which is you hiring a coach. That's putting money into another business, but in turn, you're going to see the return on investment in your own business. So I hope that made sense.
As a matter of
It
fact,
makes
it made
sense.
complete
Yes, it
sense.
did.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it made complete sense. Well, you know what? We always talking about the millennium, and we have to find a way to get across to them in a different platform. Because, like Ross said, they think we know everything, and we try to tell them what to do. So it's good to come from a different perspective. Are you ready to share with us?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
okay. Hold on, Facebook.
okay. Let me grab this and share my
Okay.
screen.
So when we pull that up, see, so the millennials can have the old soul like Elle does, so she know what
Yeah.
time it is.
Y'all saw why she drew my spirit.
So this is a music video that is geared towards millennials, I would say. So it's a rap video, so that's what you'll see. Expect to
Okay. I'm excited. Okay.
see. actually my first makeup I
Thank
did.
you. Thank you. Get your money.
Love it. Well, now that was you, Elle? Was that
That
you?
was me, yeah.
Oh my! You need now. I'm gonna hook my granddaughter up with you now because this is all good. I love to dance too, but see, you have such a way about you that's excellent.
Yes.
It's hip, it's knowledge, it's maturity. You're in a beautiful place, honey. You can reach a lot of people and help a
Oh,
lot of
yeah.
people. I pray that the people who replay this, and we're gonna go through our round robin shortly. You just tell them every which way they can reach you. But that was phenomenal. I loved it.
Yes.
Thank you
Yes.
so
I want to get my party on and save money at the same time.
much. There you go.
Well, we're ready for our round robin. I'm Rhonda Hutchison. I am the Lone Lioness with Paramount Residential Mortgage Group. I am a mortgage lender. My tagline, Mr. Chris, is I roar with passion and power. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Miss Elle, for being our special guest. I'm just beyond honored. But you can contact me in regards to any of your residential mortgage needs at 214-856-3747. That's 214-856-3747. Miss Roz, or do you want to go to Chris? Chris, Mr. Chris?
All right. I'm Chris Ziegler with the Ziegler Agency Allstate, located in Frisco, Texas. But as you guys know, I service the DFW Metroplex and the whole state of Texas. And I can be reached at 214-870-4269. I do it all from your personal lines, for your home, your auto, your renters, to your commercial, your business. I do bonds. I do supplemental insurance. Anything that you need, I'm here for you. Like I said, I'm here with an education and consultation. Ms. L, I definitely will be reaching out to you myself. I really enjoyed you today. You got me hyped. I'm ready to rock and roll now. So with that being said, you guys have a blessed day, and I'm going to turn it over to Raj.
Oh my God, you're gonna make me come back with the 90s when I was
Yeah. Hey, Roz, we can see some of your videos, so we know you got it in you, girl.
I'm about to
You
start.
can move. Yeah.
Look, I'm trying to be a good church girl, but y'all gonna make me
Like,
no.
The holy dance on.
Yes, I'm Rosby, as Rosby, also known as Rosalind Booker. I'm the principal broker, CEO of Our Brook Realty. We're a full service real estate company, 100% digital platform, 100% commission agent program. And we birth dreams and build legacies. There's not going to be any dream left behind. We're helping people find money. We're getting people to the closing table so they can stop making the landlord rich and build equity so that they can fund other things in their lives. It's been a pleasure to have you, Elle. This has been totally amazing. So much fun while learning, fun while getting corrected, fun while getting a whooping, but fun while, taking it all in. That's an art and that's a gift. Thank you so very much. And for those who are listening, on Facebook, those of you who have come to support and rally and cheerleaded us on, as well as Elle. Thank you so much. And the biggest favor that you can do for us is to pay this forward. Share this video, comment, like, tell somebody about Building Wealth Together Radio. We have great content and speakers here every week. And this is our ministry, like Chris and everybody say, this is our marketplace ministry. Yes, we are entrepreneurs, professionals, but we're children of God first. And this is our way of doing community and giving back. Ms. Elle, do you want to share all of the ways people can reach you?
every last one.
Every last.
So just again, my name is Elle Hall-Coleman, founder, CEO of Girlfriend's Budget. And my tagline is love your budget, love your life.
Okay.
And you can find me literally, I'm all over the place. Facebook, Girlfriend's Budget. I'm on Instagram at GF Budget on Instagram, GF Budget. I'm on YouTube, Girlfriend's Budget, Pinterest, Girlfriend's Budget. I mean, literally, if you go to Google and type in Girlfriend's Budget, I will come up all over the place.
So that's a good thing.
Yes. So you can find me anywhere. I would also recommend that people go check out the site, girlfriendsbudget.com. There's a wealth of information on there. The blog is also there, where you can get all types of resources and tips to start your budget. And if anyone is interested in getting coaching, one-on-one coaching, business coaching, mindset coaching, they can also reach out from the website. You can schedule a complimentary call. It's 30 minutes where we kind of like talk about what your goals are and see how we can help you.
Awesome.
That's awesome. And if you want to reach any one of us on the team, and hey, Mel, if you're going to come back and watch the replay, you can call us at Building Wealth Together at 469-795-1708. That's 469-795-1708. And I failed to mention my personal phone number. It's 972-679-9311. Again, thank you, Elle. You've been such a blessing. That's all we have time for today, y'all. We'll see you next Saturday, and happy Resurrection Sunday.
Yes. God bless you.